से अलग है, सब से जुदा। सुनो एक नई आवाज, बातें नई है, नया अंदाज। सुनो एक नई आवाज, दिल से है आपके साथ, नया है ये पेशकदम।
Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to another episode of Radio Peshkadam, your voice straight from the heart of Islamic University of Science and Technology. And today we take you behind the scenes of an event that turned our campus into a canvas of creativity. The IUST Film Festival 2025, hosted by the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in collaboration with Travelling Film Southasia. Held at the Rumi Library Conference Hall, the festival was a full-day celebration of storytelling and cinema, an energetic blend of art, culture and conversation. The hall buzzed with students, teachers, filmmakers and film enthusiasts, all brought together by one shared love, the love for art and filmmaking. The screenings featured 19 films overall, 15 of which were submitted by students, whereas 4 were critically acclaimed documentaries from the Film Southasia collection. Opening the festival, head of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Dr. Rabia Noor, spoke with pride about what it meant for IUST to host this event in collaboration with Film Southasia.
It's a moment of privilege to have internationally acclaimed Travelling Film Southasia 2025 here at IUST. Today we gather to celebrate the power of films, not just as a form of art and entertainment, but as a medium that informs, inspires, and ignites a meaningful dialogue about the art and practice of filmmaking. The collaboration with Film Southasia marks a significant step in enriching our students' engagement with documentary and visual storytelling, which is a vital component of media education.
For her, it wasn't just another university event. It was a defining moment for young media students, a chance to engage with films that inspire others. Each story was different. Some captured the tenderness of human experience, others spoke of resistance, identity, and the everyday beauty of life. As the screenings began, the audience watched stories unfold from across South Asia, from bustling cities to the quiet mountain villages, each film carrying a pulse of its own. Between screenings, conversations sparked, ideas collided, and a sense of shared creative energy filled the room. Later in the day, producer at EMRC, University of Kashmir, Akmal Hanan, shared his reflections on what cinema truly means to him and how hopeful he feels about this generation's approach to filmmaking.
Cinema to me is not merely about frames, dialogue, or even storytelling. It's about seeing what the others overlook. And that fact of seeing honestly and fearlessly is what makes filmmaking both humbling and transformative for all of us. When I look around at this generation of filmmakers, I feel hopeful. You are growing up in a time of endless screens and endless distractions. Yet you chose to stop, reflect, and create. This is not easy. To tell a story, especially a personal one, is to reveal part of yourself. It takes immense courage to stand before the world and say, this is how I feel, or this is how I felt. As you watch each other's films today, I hope you do not see it as competitors, but as companions on the same creative journey. Learn from each other's mistakes, celebrate the flaws, because every filmmaker, no matter how experienced, is still learning to listen to their story and tell it to the world. Perfection is overrated, honesty is not. A shaky camera can still capture truth, and a single sincere movement can outweigh 1,000 polished frames. What matters most is the intent, what you wanted to say and how earnestly you tried to say it. So as this festival begins, I wish all of you the courage to stay vulnerable and to stay curious and to keep your hearts open, Because ultimately, film is not just about what we make, it's about who we become in the process.
He reminded everyone that cinema at its heart isn't about glamour, it's about real stories told with sincerity and courage. Also in attendance was Dean Academic Affairs IUST Professor A.H. Moon, who offered a deeply insightful perspective on the art of documentary filmmaking.
It's highly challenging to produce documentary. There are a lot of constraints that you work with. Probably, getting the right kind of storyline is the major challenge, and then arranging the logistics for it. The equipment that you need, the finances that you need, and then the other issues, dealing with the copyrights, the ethical issues, and more importantly, when you are touching some sensitive issue, which has a lot of sensitivity, then it becomes more challenging. So hats off to each one of you who has come up at such a young age to come up with a good documentary. We already had a glimpse of our own documentary, which was made by the department. How well it represented a lot of things which otherwise were not, possible.
His thoughts echoed the festival's spirit, turning obstacles into opportunities for creativity. Representing Film Southasia, director Meetu Verma brought the focus back to what connects us all, our shared stories.
For us, it's always been a mission to have Southasia as one contiguous cultural space. Here we are fighting each other all the time for whatever reasons, whatever takes it. But unless we get together at this crucial time, when we are facing the climate crisis and so many other issues, that unless we get together and look for solutions within ourselves as a region, as a close-knit community, as a culturally contiguous space, I don't think we'll get anywhere, because there's so many players now in the political field, in the larger political field. Since you're all media students, you would know that what's happening across the world. And there to find our space is going to be a tough job. And for the media to be part of that is more than important.
Her words beautifully captured the essence of the collaboration, that Southasia's diversity isn't a barrier, it's our strength, and cinema is the bridge that helps us see one another beyond borders and boundaries. As the final film faded to black, the applause filled the hall once again. The festival concluded with the announcement of the Best Film Award, which went to Stitch, created by students from Government Degree College, Baramulla. The second position was bagged by Beneath the Same Sky from Green Valley Educational Institute, while the third position was shared between two films, Lunch Break from Government College for Women, MA Road, Srinagar, and I Remember Me by IUST, as the jury found both entries equally exceptional. There was excitement, laughter, and a quiet pride in knowing that young storytellers from Kashmir had made their mark. The festival stood as proof that cinema is thriving at IUST, not just as entertainment, but as a form of education, reflection, and change. Because at IUST, cinema isn't just watched, it's experienced, explored, and embraced as a vital part of media education. I am Nazakat Aslam, and you were listening to Radio Peshkadam. Until next time, Allah Hafiz.
सबसे अलग है सबसे जुदा सुनो एक नई आवाज़